YouTube, what's going on? So, there's that. There's my box of everything that I use to paint the layouts and anything else. I did pick up the resin today for this, so by the end of the week, this should have water in it. I gotta touch up the riverbed here. I just have to clean it up because there's been some activity and stuff on it. But anyways, I want to show this. This is somebody asked who makes these little kits, and I don't know. I think it could be Atlas, but I don't know for sure. But I wanted to show you guys. I got 2 of these, and there's 6 per set. Now, 2 of the telephone poles have street lights. One of them has the transformer right here by my thumb, and then 2 of them have the utility boxes. And this is how they come. They come pre-molded in brown, and the poles are textured to resemble that of a log. So you can, you can do it however you want to do it. But my thing was, I'm saving these 6 for another layout. But I did complete 6 of them since I got all of that stuff done from another kit. I figured I would do some of these telephone poles. So here's the end result here. Quite a bit nicer looking than just that brown. I need to get some thread so that I can run the cables. So there's the transformers. We have the little insulators here. And then you have a couple of them that have the little utility boxes. Now, these are actually, for the amount of detail that you see here, it probably took, to clean up all the flash and do all the painting, it actually did probably take a couple hours. But I'm not the fastest either. But I really do like the result. I think that those can add quite a bit to a layout. Really take it to that next step. Also, while I was doing that, I have this little train car that I paid, I think, $2 for. So here is how it looks. If you look at the top, you can see that I got to work on it. But I still have to do this side and the front and the back. But here is an idea of how it's gonna look. Although, geez, in the lighting you can hardly see it. But that should give you an idea of what it will look like. I think at some point in my future, probably when we get a house, once we put roots down somewhere, I think I might start making my play at a train. But yeah, this is my weathering job on the train car. And it's no powder, it's all just dry brush. That's all it is. Alright, so that's it. That's all I wanted to show. Now, like I said, I got the resin today. I didn't realize that Hobby Lobby sells a 16-ounce kit. So it's an 8-ounce part A, 8-ounce part B. I don't know if that'll be enough or not. It says it covers 4 square feet, but I don't know what thickness it covers it at. This entire board is 4 square feet. So the 16 ounces should be enough. It was the smallest of the 3 sizes that they had. I'm going to use the Envirotex. It's not the Easy Cast. It's the other one. I forget what it's called. But anyways, it should be enough. And if it's not, you know, I didn't realize, but that stuff is just like the Woodland Scenics. You can only do an 1/8 inch at a time. So if I do the first layer and it's not deep enough, I can let it cure and then I can get another resin kit. I want it to be, I think I'm going to want it to be about a 1/2 inch. It's going to have to be a 1/2 inch because I need it to come up to roughly about here. And in order for that to happen, it's going to come up to about here on the ramp, which is where I need it to come up to. And I need it to be level. So over here, a 1/2 inch would be probably somewhere around here, all the way down. So all of these rocks and everything should all be covered. All of this stuff should be covered. All of this should be covered. All of this should be covered. There will be a little bit of branches sticking out above. Like this part here will be above the water. But I think a 1/2 inch is kind of the number that I'm going for. And the main reason is because of this. If the water only goes up to here, that's not going to look good. If it only goes up to here, that's not going to look good. So I need it to go, even if it just goes up the ramp a 1/4 inch, I think a 1/2 inch would be ideal. But we'll see. I'm nervous about it because a bad pour will ruin this entire layout. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. And this, you know, is such a random, spontaneous layout. Like the overpass layout, you know, I made that the bridge, and then after that, everything was pretty carefully planned out. With this, I pretty much just started building it out of pure randomness. But it's a good way. For me, this is a highly enjoyable artistic outlet. And my goal is to make the scenes look as realistic as possible. So, all right, let's look at some die cast here. So today, truck day at Hobby Lobby, I pissed off some dude because I went in there, and I go in there every Monday. I go in there, and I go in there early, and they all know me in there, and I go through all the boxes before they put the stuff out, and they all know me. Like, you know, they come ask me, hey, how you been? How you doing? Because I'm there every week. Anyway, so I go in, and these 2 guys are just waiting there by the die cast, and there's a bunch of boxes out. And so I just started going through them, and one of the dudes, the box that I opened the top of the box, and he, like, went in and, like, forced his way in to look. Like, dude, and this is, like, probably, like, a 45 or 50-year-old guy. It's like, dude, what is your deal? But anyways, no die cast. They didn't get any in. But I did bite the bullet on this one. You'll see why here in a second. Bam. Better yet, bam. $9.99. Are you out of your mind? Minus 40%. Although on this one, I didn't save 40% because I saved the 40% on the resin. The resin for the 16-ounce kit was $12.99. I was thinking I was going to have to get the 32-ounce kit. But thankfully, I don't. Because I don't know what the shelf life is on that stuff, you know? So I like the idea of the smaller kit because I have more control. Like, if you do the 32-ounce kit, when you mix the epoxy with the hardener, it has to be a perfect 1-to-1 mix, or your cure won't cure correctly. So with a 32-ounce kit, you're measuring, 8 ounces of each one. If you're only going to use half or whatever, you have to be exact. Whereas with the small kit, I know I'm going to use all of it, so I can just mix all of it and I know I'm good to go. So these Auto World acrylic display cases come with the mounting hardware. I think I have about a half dozen of those bags because I never use it. But I do use these display cases because they stand up real nice in the oak cabinet. They always look so good when they're brand new. Some nice packaging. I almost want to keep one of these sealed up. But that defeats the purpose. Alright, so they come with this, I don't want to say it's a mirrored background, but it's definitely like a foil type of a background. Every single one of these I've ever purchased, and I've purchased, like I said, at least a half dozen. Every single one has had that issue right there with the foil. Now my Carney case is a mirrored back. I don't know that I would do that again if I were to buy that today. There's a couple things actually about that Carney case that I would do differently. Alright, so I don't use the mirrored back, so I'm going to remove it. But I am going to set it aside because you never know, someone else might want it. It just sucks because it's all jacked up at the corners. And like I said, every single one of these that I've ever received has been that way. So there's that. Okay, these acrylics are really nice. Unfortunately, I don't use the door on them. So all of the doors to mine are, I think they all just got thrown away in my last move. But they are such that that you can hang them up. You can just use a couple of nails. If you're just going to put some mainline Hot Wheels, even if you're going to do 6 Auto World cars, 2 nails should hold 6 cars. But if you're going to start interlocking them, that's when you're going to start wanting to use some threaded screws. Alright. The reason that I don't use the doors is because these are upright in my oak cabinet and they're stacked. And with the doors, it just makes it impractical. But the whole purpose of me buying this is for this 1961 Chevrolet Impala. Because I don't have this car. I need to get the hardtop version of it. Pretty sweet to get the convertible version of it here. It's a really nice roller, so that's good. Let's take a look at this thing. Just missed out on the Impala video. I'm not big on 1:64 scale convertibles. Never have been. But as far as 1:64 scale convertibles go, this one is just about as nice as it gets. Now, typically, these 6-car display cases come with a Auto World Deluxe model, which is the plastic tire, plastic base. And I think on this one, they got away with the premium model because of the convertible top. So that offset the cost going from the deluxe to the premium, because it's quite a bit less. Actually, I take that back. It's no difference. It's the same amount of die cast, because even the hardtop is a plastic top. But it could be in the fabrication cost. This really is an awesome looking car. I love these old Impalas. I really wish that Auto World had done the 64 or even a 63. Opening hood. Let's see what kind of power plant we got here. No. The detail is just pretty incredible on this car. So here's the let's see if I can get this steady. There's the hood ornament. Very highly detailed grille. I love the deco. The color combo is nice. It feels like the base is crooked. I'm starting to wonder if that's my layout. Seems like every car yeah, it's got to be the layout. Anyways, this thing is a beaut. And one thing too, my first concern with this was the wheels and tires. Auto World is really stepping up their game with the wheels and tires. I don't know if these will show, but these are these are the torque thrust wheels in black with the chrome lip and the BF Goodrich radial TA tires. This is the only tire that Auto World should ever use. Now, those tires that they are using on all of the Mopar stuff, they've got to stop because those tires look awful. They look like worse than bike tires. That is an awesome car, though. And so that takes us to 20 minutes. I think that's a good round number to wrap this up. Let's see if I can... See, I was worried about these not being tall enough because I don't think they are. They're HO scale, which is 1/87. what we would want is 1:64 or S scale. But here on camera, they're adequate. I mean, they're probably not 100% accurate. But they are tall enough to where you could use them with a 1:64 scale layout. And all my layouts are a cross between S scale and HO scale, because they almost have to be, because you can't buy anything for S scale. They don't make anything. They don't make buildings. They hardly make trains, let alone, you know, the buildings and all the accessories. So I use the HO scale stuff where I can. Like this building here is HO. That is going to be on a layout. I want to paint that building too. I want to paint them bricks red. All right, so there you go. Not anything too shabby. I just wanted to show you guys the detail here. So like I said at the beginning, these come in 6-packs. So this 6 that you see here is one set. So you get 2 of them that come with the utility box. 2 of them come with the street light, which is not functional, by the way. And then 1 of them comes with the transformer, and then they all have the insulators. So I'll get some sewing thread, and I'll use these 6 on one layout, and then I have the other 6 that I can use for another layout. For a 2-foot squared layout, 6 of these should be adequate. I'd have to do the math on what the scale feet is, but I'm pretty sure that 6 of those will work for 48 inches. But really, the point that I was just trying to show with these is that, you know, with a little bit of effort, you can get a lot of detail. And there's a guy on Instagram. I just found out who he was. He subscribed to me, or he followed me, so I followed him back, and I start scrolling through his stuff, and he has some of the most incredible dioramas. Now, his are real small. They're like, I don't know, like 1 foot, like 18 inches by 12 inches or somewhere in there. But they're so highly detailed, and they're more of a urban setting, whereas mine are more outdoors and rural type of settings. But there's just so much stuff that you can do, even with a small layout like that, where you can really set the scene, bring the scene to life, so that when you photograph your cars, it brings them to life. Because that, to me, that's the idea, is trying to get everything to look as realistic as possible. So, but on that note, you guys all have a good night. Thanks for watching, and I will holler at the next video.